just mean we can each like make up our own voice for him when I turn to him? Like we can each
For the
kinda
empty
chime
spot that is Jeff Van Camp?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a great idea. I've got some choice things to say today.
Well, Greg, let me tell you, as Jeff Van Camp. Okay, that's probably not good for my
It's
longevity
just going
digital
to
trends.
be like really bad impressions of South Park characters.
That's pretty much
from
all
here
it's
on
going to
out.
be. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Tuning in. This is Trends with Benefits, our weekly roundtable show where we gather a roundtable of experts here at DT to talk about the tech topics of the day. We've got a bunch of different things that we're going to get to today. We're going to talk about some Alexa news, how Alexa is everywhere. We're going to talk about some AI control for trolls and how that's going to work. We've got some Nintendo news. Today's show is sponsored by MailChimp, so send a better email, sell more stuff, and we're going to talk about that in a bit too. But let's get to our roundtable here and see who we've got with us. I'm your host, Greg Nibbler. To my right, Jeff Van Camp, and then going on back down there. Thank you, Jeff. It's lovely of you to join us today.
I'm disturbed by Jeff today.
And to Jeff's right.
I'm Holly. I'm the social media manager here.
Hello, Holly. And you're drinking Red Bull, and you were nervous about that on camera.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call you out on that. I'm going to call out Holly pretty much for everything just to see what happens there. All right, and on the end.
The maimed one, Caleb Dennison.
The maimed one, yes. If you are listening via podcast, Caleb has a bandage wrapped around his arm for an unknown injury. I don't know if you want to say what the injury was. Or leave it a mystery. Or...
There was an incident with a pot pie, and the pot pie won.
A pot pie incident.
And I'm currently in pain.
Do not ask him about it anymore. He gets really upset about it.
It's very embarrassing.
Very disturbing. But that's better to actually just admit it, though. You know, that
totally. Look, I could have made up any number of stories, but I don't think any of them are nearly as entertaining as the truth,
which is a pot pie.
I fumbled a pot pie and it ended up bubbling on my arm. It was, oh my gosh, guys, be really careful with your pot pies. Okay?
Pot pie.
That's
warning.
my PSA for the day.
That's it. Every time we need
that's
that
all you
PSA
get out of me, though.
From Caleb. All right, we'll delve into that more maybe. All right, let's get to the first topic. So this is the biggest trending story today that's happening right now, and it has to do with Yahoo. So if you are one of those people out there still using your Yahoo email address, I just use mine for fantasy football, so I think I'm okay. But what happened is this. It was revealed today that I believe in 2012, this happened.
Well, no, I think it happened in 2014.
2014.
But it affects accounts. If you had a Yahoo account anytime between 2012 and now, you're potentially affected.
So it's 500 million accounts were hacked and available. At least. And available online. And this news just broke today. And, of course, Yahoo's right in the middle of being sold to Verizon. So I'm curious how that works. Either Verizon knew about it and was just hoping they could skate through, or they didn't know, and I'm sure there's some very interesting meetings going on between them right now that this has come out. But how can 500 million accounts get hacked and nobody knows about it for this long?
By one guy. Well, no, people... I don't think it's a matter of nobody knowing about it. I mean, this hacker goes by the pseudonym Peace, which...
Peace.
I mean... That's such a lame hacker name.
It
I'm
really
sorry.
is.
I'm sorry,
pick any
Peace.
name.
If you're listening out there, your hacker name is super, super lame. You could do so much better. Anyway, Peace just kind of snuck in and did this all himself. One guy got in and got all this information, and he started bragging about it on his website and saying that he was going to be selling them on the dark web for $1,800 a pop. So anybody who wanted to buy access to all this stuff could get it for up to $1,800 a pop.
That seems like a low price.
It was all hearsay, though, until Yahoo confirmed it. And then all of a sudden, today, the internet was abuzz about how, I think it was Recode broke the story. They talked to some people who were close to the matter.
Right.
And they said, yeah, Yahoo's prepping to clean about how much damage has been done and exactly what the number is. And so we didn't get an exact number, but we know it's at least 500 million user accounts, and that's a lot. And that scares me because I still have my Yahoo account. I signed up for Yahoo Mail back when Yahoo first became a thing.
Wait, what is your email address?
Oh, no. No. You got to understand, this was
Pop Pie Lover 753.
No, it's Dr. Groovy.
Oh.
Yes.
With two E's at the end. Look, at the time it seemed really cool and really smart, and that's also my Xbox gamer tag. But yeah, no, I mean, I've had Yahoo for a long, long time. Fortunately, I've not had any problems related to it. I'm actually worried now, though. I did go and change my password. I think everybody should go at least change their password. If not, just it's really hard to shut down a Yahoo account. Have you tried?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I actually have probably 3 or 4 that I've used throughout the years. I mean, since you're admitting Dr. Groovy, I will admit I had Rock for Life 2000 at one point. That was an email address that I had. I'll put it out there. But no, I haven't really used it other than literally for fantasy football. So whatever they're getting access to is just a terrible fantasy account. That's about it, if they got into mine. But yeah, that is just kind of crazy. I've never tried to shut it down.
Do you use your Yahoo password at other sites?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully.
See, that's what I'm worried about, because I do what you're not supposed to do, which is I
use the same password.
Look, man, I've got like 55 different accounts, and there's no way I'm having 55 different passwords. No way.
Well, Holly, do you still use Yahoo? Or have you ever used Yahoo?
Never.
Okay, that was past your time. Okay, so you didn't even ever.
Yeah, I was on MSN Messenger, AIM.
Okay, all right. So with 500 million hacked, that is terrifying. I mean, you wonder what else that people have gotten access to that we don't know about, that we're just going to be finding out about when it comes to this. I'll be curious to see how this does affect the sale, though. I mean, that is some real bad publicity if you're just going in to relaunch that whole brand.
This
and
becomes
$4
Verizon's
billion
problem.
For it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem to inherit.
I think the price dips under $4 billion.
Yeah.
And somehow Yahoo has to help clean it up, because there's no way Verizon's just going to be like, yeah, sure, we'll take that problem on.
No big deal.
No big deal. PR nightmare? Handled.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm curious, if you're watching right now, too, on YouTube, go ahead and put your comments in there. And if you have a Yahoo account or are concerned, let us know what your thoughts are on that. We're going to be going through a bunch of different topics here today. So why don't we get on to the next one? This is the other big thing that's been happening today, just kind of right off the bat, and that has to do with Apple. We all know that Apple's been wanting to get into the auto market. Like, that's not a secret, with Project Titan, which is, I mean, that's an all right code name, I suppose.
Isn't that the name of a Nissan truck?
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
There's a
that's
Nissan
true.
Titan.
It is a Titan.
Another stupid name choice. Look,
What would you name it?
Caleb hates everything. It's one of those days.
It is.
What would I have named it? Yeah, that's a good comeback. Give me a second. I'll think of something.
Project Groovy.
It's got Project Groovy with 2 E's at the end. I'll think of something. Give me a few on that.
All right. Well, Project Titan. So, the thoughts, there's been all kinds of different rumors, what's true or not, of who they've been working with to try to develop an actual Apple car. And now it's come out that they may just try to jump that in developing their own and go straight to buying somebody's. And there are 2 rumors that are out. One is McLaren, of all vehicles. And actually, Holly, I know you just were riding in a McLaren earlier this week. So
Monday.
there was one here. I don't know how much I can say about that, but Digital Trends does a lot of different things. There's a whole auto section, so we test out cars. And McLaren may or may not have been around here, which they're nice cars from what I understand.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. We had so many people stop. We were out in Savi's Island, and for anyone that doesn't know, that's like a farm island, boony town. And there was Uber drivers out there for some reason, and they pulled the car over and were just watching us. We had so many people stopping, but it was a beautiful car. Not the color I expected, though.
Yeah, it was kind of this weird taupish brown thing.
Taupish brown. It had like a caramel leather interior. I was expecting lime green, bright red. So that's a little bit of a disappointment for me. But
Yeah, I have a name for that color that I won't mention on air. But I was disappointed. I saw the video on Facebook, because I was still coming back from a business trip, and I was like, "Ooh, McLaren!" Yeah, what a uninspiring color. And it was kind of a cloudy day that day, right?
It was. So it was hard to take pictures of. It was all gray.
I'm pretty sure if the sun hit it, there's like some amazing like sparkle fleck in there that just like brings it alive.
Right.
But yeah, under the gloom of a Portland day, it just didn't do a whole lot for me.
Okay, so there we go. McLaren's out. That's it. Didn't like the
No,
color.
forget it. I hate them too.
Love the car. Didn't like the color.
All right. Well, with them purchasing, potentially purchasing this, that would be a direct way to make a flash. Apple does have a ton of cash. We all know that.
Yes.
They've got $900,000 billion, whatever that translates to, in the bank. So this would be a good way to do it and get their technology, the McLaren technology. McLaren's based, out of California?
London. They're in
That's
Woking,
what I meant was
Surrey.
London. Yeah, that's what I said there. That was London. The San Francisco section of London. So anyway, they're looking to buy them. Yeah, it's a British manufacturer.
Yeah.
I totally flubbed that. So the deal, though, is reportedly up to $1.9 billion, according to sources, again, if they were to buy it. And they're looking at that and also another manufacturer, which is Lit Motors. Lit Motors is the one that's in San Francisco. And they make this really interesting. It's like a motorcycle, but kind of like a smart car at the same time. It is on 2 wheels, and it's got like a gyroscope balance system, so it can balance. And it honestly looks like something that Apple would purchase. It looks like an Apple product because it's weird looking, but they're going to make it cool.
It makes more sense than McLaren.
Yeah.
I mean, McLaren is, they're really cool with use of materials like carbon fiber and aluminum. And so they have some expertise there. But they make supercars. They make nothing but the most badass stuff, right? And that's a huge leap from whatever Apple's doing. Apple's not getting into the supercar market. So, by the way, McLaren did deny publicly that anything was going on with Apple.
Which they would.
They're refuting it.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, I would imagine there's some truth in there, though. I could see Apple maybe just go and be like, yeah, here's a couple $1 billion. We want you.
It might be just access to manufacturing stuff. It might be they want to get in on McLaren's knowledge of drivetrains and stuff like that. Who knows? Or maybe they're just feeling their oats and feel like buying a supercar company.
Yeah. Well, and that's
Tim Cook's like, I want one of those.
Yeah, here, I'll throw some money at it. Well, and that's actually, you're right. The technology, that's part of the rumors that maybe they're going after the carbon fiber and aluminum technology that you're using in the McLarens, and maybe just taking that and incorporating it into whatever it is they're coming up with. But as far as the lit motor one, that really does, that seems like something, like I said, that I could definitely see Apple putting out onto the market. And it's there, I think they charge around $24,000 for these, from what I understand, for that vehicle. I don't know if we have a picture of that. No, I don't think we do have a picture of it. But it's an interesting little vehicle, and I'm curious, if anybody would want to actually get one.
I think they're aiming for more like the millennial, younger
I think
market.
So. Would you drive one?
Cool. I would have to see. It's too small for me, but that's probably the benefit. I think they're looking for millennials in these really tight towns, lack of parking, lack of space to drive, and that's kind of who their target audience is. But I like small cars, but I like cars.
Yeah.
I like being able to drive my friends around and put all my stuff in them, and I couldn't see myself driving it. But maybe it'll come out and I'll have an Apple logo on it and I'll want it.
Right,
like
that's
the
the
iPhone
thing.
7, I just ordered it, so I can't talk any crap. Should be here in a week.
So, yeah, that could be exactly what they're going for. I mean, I'll say this. If I saw it just like e-cars, I would immediately think that's a terrible driver and avoid them and try to get around them. But that's just my personal bias. They do, I mean, they're cool. I could see Apple doing something like this, and getting into that market, and just being a way to jumpstart it and just buy their way into it. So that's the other kind of thing that's out there right now. So we'll see what that is. If you have any comments on that, let us know, and we'll get to those. I can see people in there. We'll try to get to some of the comments too. We had one just going back. What will it take for Yahoo to get rid of Marissa Mayer? I think, isn't she?
She's on her way out.
Yeah, she's already on her way out.
She's on her way out. Yeah.
So that's kind of what's happening there. Jumping forward to another thing that's I know Caleb wants to talk about, because you just got back, like you said, from your trip to CEDIA.
Yeah, it's not a trade show most people have heard of.
Yeah, it's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas. Well, it was this year. It's been in Dallas the last couple of years. It moves to San Diego next year, which I am happy about, because I'm telling you, the heat and humidity that week was terrible. It was like being in Miami, really hardcore. But yeah, it's this custom design and installation association deal. And so custom installers and integrators from all over the country, all over the world really, descend on this place. They go there to take classes and learn and what have you, see panels and stuff. But also there's this big trade show floor, just like CES, with all the big guns. Some of them are companies you've never heard of. Some of them are very familiar names like LG and Samsung. And it's all about, like, these guys build the homes of the future, the Control 4s and the Crestron controlled homes, where you have one central hub that controls everything from your lighting to your blinds to your doorbell, your garage door opener, your AV system. All of it's tied together into this one amazing system. And usually this stuff is really, even for a tech geek like myself, like, this stuff is really hard to wrap your head around, because it's the ugly side of tech that they literally hide in a closet, right? So you don't see it. But it's the switches and the blinking light panels, and what does it do? And I don't know, and what's Cat 5 and, Ethernet over Cat 5, and
It's something Iron Man would have, like, if you go
exactly.
into the mansion.
But it's all in the background. You don't really see it. It just works. That's the magic that these guys work. But here's the crazy thing. Alexa was everywhere, and by Alexa I mean Amazon's, little virtual assistant that's inside the Echo and the Dot
Which you're a big
speakers.
fan of.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of embraced Alexa early on when it was really just about playing Prime Music or asking silly Wikipedia questions or getting the weather or whatever. But now, like, this speaker can do so much stuff. It controls my thermostat at home. I can adjust it that way from my bed. I don't have any smart locks yet. But yeah, I mean, all these companies are working with Amazon because Amazon kind of opened up the API, the programming language for Alexa, and now everybody's hopping on board. And I went into, we actually have an article on Digital Trends showing this. I went into this little mock-up of a home, and you could say, Alexa, turn on good night. And so it lowered the shades, dimmed the lights, turned on the TV, or turned it off, depending on what you wanted. And if you said, Alexa, good morning, everything would brighten up, the fan would turn on. I mean, it was all through Control 4. So, they just matched up Alexa with this really elaborate control system. And now, instead of grabbing a touchpad or whatever, and pushing buttons or whatever, you just talk to Alexa and it happens.
It makes everything happen in your house.
Exactly. So you can lock your doors, not unlock for security reasons, but you can lock your doors by voice. You can check any number of different security cameras. You can set up scenes. You can say, Alexa, watch movie, and it's going to turn on your TV, your receiver, your Blu-ray player, tune it to the right input, go to the right surround mode, and start and press play on the Blu-ray player. It's just that kind of amazing automation, but Alexa brings the voice control aspect to it. So these guys aren't trying to develop their own voice control stuff. They're simply going, you know what? Alexa's so awesome. We'll just use that.
Well, and it seems like Alexa, like Amazon is pushing for that to be more available for other businesses to get involved with it.
Yeah, for as closed off as Apple has kept Siri, Amazon's gone the complete opposite direction, and now they have tons and tons of partners.
Yeah,
it's propagated. It's huge now.
Holly, do you use Alexa at all, like the Echo or anything?
I don't. I haven't tried it except when we got the Dot, when that first became available. I was with Caleb and we ordered it off of Amazon through the TV.
That's right, because they made you order it with a Fire TV, through a Fire TV.
But you don't have to do that now.
No.
Yeah.
You can just go buy one now.
Okay.
But Amazon likes to do that. They like to, keep it to this little cool club at first, and then they open it up to everybody else.
Well, I noticed too. There's another thing that they're integrating, and this is actually just an article that was just updated on digitaltrends.com about the CoWatch. I don't know if you guys have seen that. You are a smartwatch user. I don't know if you are.
I know,
Holly.
I'm like the least techie person here. I'm like, do you use that? No.
But you hate the McLaren color. So, the watch, the CoWatch is what it's called, and it integrates Alexa into the watch. I mean, you've got Apple trying to do it with Siri and Google and Android and everything coming up with this, but this is kind of a neat way to use Alexa with it, and it's everything that you talked about. But it's all in the watch.
So you can just do it through the watch.
You can just do it through the watch. If you're watching on YouTube right now, their video may need a little bit of work that they've come up with to promote their product. But they did get $1.6 million of funding when they started this thing. I think it was off of Kickstarter, Indiegogo. But I think that's kind of an interesting way to incorporate it in, because Amazon really wants Alexa to be their thing. They want that to be incorporated in everything. I can see why, because then every time you buy a product, you're buying something that has Alexa in it.
I'm just amazed at how fast it's advanced,
Yeah.
I mean, it relied on other people piling in and adding to it, and it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of the smarter moves that Amazon's made in recent history, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Are you excited about that? Are you going to get more Alexa products after seeing all this at CES?
Yeah, I mean, when I can get locks that work with that system, I absolutely will. The more I can, automate my home without spending $1 million doing it, I'm going to absolutely do that. And Yale Locks has stuff that's going to be Alexa controlled and Bluetooth controlled coming out here in the next couple of months. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing that.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. With different small businesses and things getting incorporated into Alexa and what people come up with that kind of technology. I would worry a little bit about the security.
Yeah, that's a big concern. That's the ongoing deal. How much is Amazon listening? Are they gathering a ton of data about you?
Of course they are.
And what are they doing with that data? But man, I'm being listened to by everything now. My TV is listening to me, my laptop, everything.
Yeah. Everybody knows what Dr. Groovy's up to.
Yep.
So. All right. Well, we've got some more stuff we're going to get to here. Really quick, though, I did want to talk about our sponsor of today's show, which is MailChimp. And, of course, their tagline is send better email, sell more stuff. And they've got a couple of really cool things that can help you out especially if you're starting out with a business or you're an entrepreneur and you've got an online store. One of the biggest problems that you can come up with for those things, one of the biggest hassles of managing an online store is keeping track of it and how to keep track of your customers and how to expand on it and optimize that. And MailChimp has come up with something called their e-commerce integration system. And you can go there to MailChimp.com and take a look. But what they'll do is integrate your store in with their technology. And it allows you to create targeted campaigns, learn what your customers are purchasing. And they have this thing called product recommendations, where if your customer is buying something, it'll automatically come up with recommendations for what else they can purchase from your company, which is a really cool way to essentially sell more stuff and make more money without having to worry about that. Have somebody else handle that for you, which is what MailChimp can do. And so they'll tell you what your customers might want to buy in the future. They'll send personalized recommendations. So they've got that going. And then they also have this thing called forever free email lists. So we know MailChimp, as far as the email list, we've all seen it for years, but now they've got the system where you can sign up and you can send up to 12,000 emails a month to up to 2,000 subscribers for completely free. Forever. So it's a great way if you're just wanting to build up your customer base or start an email letter or get into more contact with your customer base or consumers. So you can go there to MailChimp.com, check that out, forever free email lists, and try it out. Like I said, free. So it's really, you're not losing anything. You really should try to do it. So there we go, MailChimp.com. All right, let's go to this next thing here. This is one I'm a little bit curious about. Oh, by the way, special guest joining us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening via podcast, we have him right here. He may sound a little bit different than he sounded earlier in the show, but to my right, joining us.
I've already been on the show?
You've already been on the show.
In various
you
forms,
were quiet, but you did comment at the very beginning.
Can I say it like this?
Sorry for
Like Mr. Hanky or something.
It is Jeffrey Van Camp joining us right now.
out from the New York office, yes.
From the New York office. When did you get into town?
Last night at like 11:30. So
Oh, damn. Okay, so you're...
Still a little groggy, but I'm all right.
All right. Well, you are just in time to talk about this story from Google, and it's from one of Alphabet's, I guess, subsidiaries. It's Jigsaw. They have a million different companies that are all under this, but this is one where they think that they are going to be able to control trolling online, trolling as old as the internet. And they've developed this system. It's called Conversation AI, where they believe it's up to 92% accurate of picking out trolling comments as what a human could do, only it's faster, their claim is, and you can implement it to pretty much any system. They're going to be tried on the New York Times by using AI and scanning what people say and what people should be flagged for. I think, personally, I don't see how this can ever actually get rid of trolling. They want to get rid of it altogether, but trolling, the thing about a troll is they're going to figure out a way to get around that. They're just going to be more creative with their language.
Trolling is a complex art.
Yeah,
You cannot eliminate trolling.
I think you've just set it up for a great challenge for somebody to figure out how they can troll.
Most people
it's just
don't know
gonna get
this,
more
but
sophisticated.
Jeff is actually one of the internet's greatest trolls. The guy defines the art form. He's got like at least 25 different pseudonyms he operates under.
It's constant.
You can find him at Digital Trends even. He trolls his own underlings. This is what Jeff does. Your writing sucks. That's the dumbest review I've ever seen. ... JVC.
All under my name.
Who's this JVC guy?
That sounds like a wonderful idea. More power to him.
Yeah.
But nobody's been able to figure it out yet. Facebook sure tries, but even our own comment system, which is from Facebook, can't handle. We get trolls all the time. So
Yeah, I don't see how you can ever stop this. I think it's the wrong way to go about it. Maybe
Seems
not
like
the wrong
it'd be
way.
easier to stop spam. You wouldn't believe how much money I make working from home.
and they can't even do that.
No, they can't even stop that. And those are so formulaic.
They're all repetitive.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
always the same thing.
Yeah, if they can't.
How are they going to stop a complex, hateful person? It's just not going to work.
No. And you look at was it Microsoft's AI Twitter bot that turned into a Nazi in like an hour?
Oh, yeah.
People just bombarded it. I mean, if they couldn't do that either, I don't see how this will work.
How quickly we forget about some of this stuff.
I know.
The Nazi Twitter bot. That was a thing that happened.
Holly, what do you think about this? Do you think-
I deal with trolls every single day on
Yeah.
Facebook and Twitter
Yeah.
and whatnot, and it's just like JVC said, like I'm constantly updating what I think, and I'm sitting because you have to type in the words to look for, and so I'm like, oh, I have them all, and then I read comments, and I'm like, half the time they don't even spell them right, and so that's part of the problem because it can't pick it up. It's not real English. It's just like them
Yeah.
making up words as an insult. So I'd be interested to see how it works. But I don't
yeah,
know.
if they can actually make that happen. I just don't think so. I'm sure
The
it never will.
database of the lexicon of obvious troll words would have to be
Everything.
absolutely massive because people just make them up all the time. Also, one of my the most entertaining thing I do all day here is I look through and find the really awesome troll messages that are left by non-English speakers or English is not their native language.
Oh, yeah.
And then so they just hack it up to pieces, and it's very entertaining to see them try to, elicit a response with just really broken sentences. But I mean, I can't see AI figuring that out either.
No.
No, I mean, but it's just so. If they want to try, they can go for it. It's getting so bad. A lot of even our own competitors are shutting off comments.
That's right.
A
Who
lot
did
of
that
top
recently?
I mean, The Verge has done it.
Yeah.
I think Engadget did it for a while. A lot of sites are. Maybe they'll turn them back on. NPR, I think, shut off
I
comments.
think you're right, yeah.
But a lot of big name sites are just throwing in the towel, giving up.
Meanwhile, we're having conversations internally about different ways we can engage with our readers, the ones that actually want to talk with us.
Right.
I mean, I can't sell you a TV, and I can't do tech support for you, but I can definitely lead you in the right direction. I want to help those people,
It's
but
just hard to find them through sometimes a crowded.
There's so many
crowded room of
D-bags.
trolls,
That's all
yeah.
there is to
There are a
it.
lot of D-bags. But I mean, that's the internet. The internet is full of D-bags.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a constant.
We signed
We
up
know
for
that.
this. We literally signed up for this.
So that's what their solution is. They're saying their AI is going to be doing it. Quick side note that I wanted to bring this up because with the advancement of AI and just robotics in general, we all know singularity is going to happen any day now. There does have to be somebody out there thinking about the ethics of it, and there's the old what is I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name of it, the 3 laws for robotics. I'll have it pulled up here, but there is the group in Britain right now that is trying to come up with robot ethic guidelines for people creating robotics and what they should know or what should be programmed in, like do not harm a human or those kinds of things. It's an interesting prospect that now that really is a legitimate concern that we have to come up with.
Well, didn't Microsoft just release?
Asimov's guidance.
I think Microsoft released some guidelines for AI as well on the recent. I mean, it's good. Let's keep them
Right.
keep them from murdering us. Yeah. Before they do, more guidelines the better, I say.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting prospect just to see who's going to be coming up with that too, because again, I don't think that can ever really be something that's going to matter. I mean, people will do whatever they want anyway. They'll create a robot that doesn't follow that.
Can we
I
have
don't know,
some,
maybe this is going too deep for it. I just find this just fascinating.
I would rather us work on ethical guidelines for who gets to run for United States president. Well, how about we sort that out first, and
I
then
think we've definitely discovered that there's severe
because
lack
I
of
could
it.
use a good assassin robot right about now. You know what I mean? Oh wait, hold on a second. Did I just get Homeland Security?
You just pulled a Trump. Yeah.
Oh goodness, I have become my own worst
I'm
enemy.
just going to go ahead and mute that
Yeah,
microphone right
that's
there. All right. Well, anyway, robotic ethics. That was just kind of a tie to there. I want to bring it up.
Oh, good segue.
Good segue from that to Nintendo. I don't know how I do that, but let's do this. This is our final story, and this is something I've been getting really excited about when it comes to Nintendo's new system, the Nintendo NX. And more rumors are coming out about what they're going to be doing and how they can compete with PlayStation or Xbox. And it looks like the way they're going is they want it to be kind of a universal system that can be mobile, it can be on a television, you can take it with you, and they're going to bring back the cartridges, which I'm pro cartridge, even though it's a pain to actually have to carry around cartridges is just cool. And they're looking at probably early 2017. It's hard to say for sure when it's going to come out, but it will be. It looks like within a year. I'm curious what you guys think about this. If you're gamers, is Nintendo something that you'd be interested in trying out the Nintendo NX, or is it just too late?
I don't know if you guys brought this up just because I was on here.
Amazingly
but yes,
enough, no.
I will be buying it. I don't know if anybody else will. I feel like I'm the only person with a Wii U right now. But
You are.
yeah,
in this
I pretty much am.
Yeah.
But Nintendo it seems like they're starting to learn from some of their mistakes. I really liked that they're coming out with some iOS games, some iPhone games, even a Mario game, and Pokemon has done pretty well.
Yeah.
For Pokemon Go, it's done insanely well. So they're kind of learning, they're kind of opening up a little bit. I think the key to the NX, I like the idea. They're kind of combining, a home console with something like a Nintendo DS or like a portable system is what it sounds like they're trying to do. The key is it just has to have all the stuff that you expect in a play. It has to work with 4K TVs, has to be relatively affordable, has to be able to download games. It has to have a lot of modern advances that they've been they make great games, but they've been a little behind on some of the finer details of having a networked modern system. So
Right. I think it's going to be a big hurdle for them to try to compete with anybody else. So you think they're just going to say not compete? Just if you like Nintendo, you're going to like what we've got. And just
the
stick
best
with
thing that they can do is do something completely different. I mean, the times when they excel is like when they made the Wii. It was totally different than anybody else. It didn't try to be an Xbox, didn't try to be a PlayStation. So if they can actually do that and have it appeal to everybody again, I thought the Wii U is kind of, again, you don't really need it. It needs to be something anybody wants to play, I think. And if they can figure that out and capture it, they'll do pretty well.
Holly, would you buy a Nintendo NX?
When the Wii came out, my dad went on like a manhunt for it for my sister to the point that she bought one, and as soon as he saw it, he just had to buy it because it took him months to get it. And my nephews now have the Wii U, and they won't play the Wii without it. I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know if the controller's too big, but they love the Wii U. But for me, it's just been a very much a family and group oriented gaming, but it's not like on a network like you were saying. You're not playing against somebody across the country, but it's like you and a bunch of your friends playing Mario Party or just Dance Dance Revolution or Just Dance, just really fun versus the game story mode. So I think it's definitely
You need
a
to
completely
recapture
separate.
that family fun, all playing together type of
Yeah.
thing. I think that's what some of the things that made Nintendo and even way back to the Nintendo 64 and all that really, really fun. And a lot of games, I can't even play most games with anybody else in the same room these days.
Yeah.
I have a 60-inch giant TV, and my friend was just asking me the other day, hey, can we play Battlefield together? And I'm like, nope. If you can go into another house, get another PlayStation, we can play. But
Just watch me play. That's all.
yeah. You can watch me play. We can take turns, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of the thing that I kind of miss from
Caleb, what are your
the
thoughts on
old
Nintendo?
days.
Well, I agree with Holly 100%. It's all about the family or friend gathering, playing a game together, and interacting. And that's what we did when we got our Wii. We never made the jump to the Wii U. My brother did. And again, my nephews and niece absolutely love it. They play it all the time. They're huge Mario fans. You know what I mean? So I think if they can get this device into the homes of more people, the way they did with the Wii. Like when the Wii first came out,
It was a must-have.
It was a must-have, and it had a real big surge in sales. And then that thing just kind of petered out too quickly, I think. Nintendo seems to be trying to bridge the gap between mobile gaming and console gaming, or at least at home, on your TV gaming, and making that transition super fluid.
Yeah.
They do a good job with that. I think that'll work. And I also think, as old school as it sounds, I don't know what the cartridge will look like. It could be an SD card, really. But
Yeah.
I also
probably will
like
be,
doing
yeah.
that as opposed to having everything be in the cloud, or on one centrally stored repository where if something goes wrong with it, then all your stuff is gone. You know what I'm saying? I like some of the older school thinking behind the Nintendo product. So, and I just like their style. I think they're bubbly and fun, and the kids love them. So
If they can manage to actually make it work, the market's a lot better when there's more good consoles, more gaming stuff. So I think we kind of need a Nintendo in there if they can just get their act together and
With
not
that
give
said,
us
I
another
just-
dud. I don't want to buy another Wii U. I want something that everybody wants. Something that Caleb will have so I can play with him.
Yeah, exactly. Something you can be proud of.
Something I can be proud
You
of.
don't hide it from your friends
I
when they
just
come
want to
over.
be proud again to like Nintendo.
Quickly shoving it into it. Nothing.
Crap! Somebody's at the door.
I wasn't doing anything. All right. Well, if they put a Metroid symbol on an SD card, I will buy that. That's enough for me to buy one of these systems.
I would love a new Metroid game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're in. So that's two. Two that will buy Nintendo NX. All right. Well, there we go. I think that's all the time we have for today. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into this show. Trends with Benefits. We do this every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, live on YouTube, and then available as podcast afterward. If you're watching now, leave a comment. Like we were saying, let us know what you think. If you have thoughts on this, we'll try to answer those, whatever you've got. If you're trolling, well, we don't have AI to stop you, so there's nothing we can do about that. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe everywhere. Thanks to MailChimp for sponsoring this podcast. We appreciate that a lot. We'll be back next week with another episode. I don't know if that's the right sound or not, but